All right, now it's time for this week's edition of Ask Philip. I'm not Philip, in case you haven't noticed, but I do have some insight. Let's put up our first question. Our first question comes from our viewer, Ryan Blair, on Twitter. Hey, Ryan. He wants to know, my son wants to know if you have any business advice for recent college graduates. Well, Ryan, that is a broad question. I do have a few, but I would say the most important thing is we have a lot of ideas. However, we don't always go through with them. I think the most important thing to keep in mind is when you start something, make sure it's an idea that you can be obsessed about for a long time, not just an overnight thing that you're like, oh, tomorrow I may not be able to do it anymore, or I may not want to do it anymore. Think about, will I still want to put in the time next year, 2 years later, maybe 10 years later? Our next question is from Sabrina Harley on Twitter. Hey, Sabrina, she's a longtime friend of the show. Do you think businesses will suffer from social media censorship? Yes. Yes. Yes, it's unfortunate, and given where our country is right now, there are some form of light censorship going on. I can't say whether it's good or not for the collective, entity of our society, but as far as businesses are concerned, it is always a risk. It's just not good when you have so many things to watch out already, and here is another thing you have to think about. Lastly, we asked you guys to share your favorite Black-owned businesses in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. All right, shout out to, let's put them up on the screen, Melanin Apparel, Miss Jessie's, Lab 618 Beauty, Marcus Books, and motivational speaker Time to Be Established. If you want to hear your questions live, make sure to follow us on social media. Ask us a question on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or TikTok. We could feature you on next week's show.